We're live.
We're live.
All right.
Finally, we got it. We're good.
Yeah, we had to. I'm in a different spot, as everybody can tell. So I had to make sure all my stuff's figured out.
It's fun when you can change the scenery, just because you're not in the same spot all the time. And I will continue to stay in the same spot, but it is nice to change,
Yeah. The shelf behind me had a bunch of crap on it, so there's a table on the other side. I'm just like,
like
y'all
push
need
out
to
the
see
way.
all of our clutter from all of the kids do art stuff all the time, and it's always just up
hmm
there, or there's a stuffed animal, or there's a homework, or who knows.
That's fine. That's what it means when you're a parent. You got all the things, and that's how you know you have healthy, happy kids. That's our goal. Healthy, happy
They're
kids.
very happy because they're at Wicked 2 with mom, so they're having a blast.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it, but I'll wait for it to come out.
Me too.
hmm
That's why I'm not
Yeah.
there.
But however, next weekend though, I'm going to the movies because I want to see Zootopia. Me.
Sophie said that she's not super excited about it, which is I thought would be the opposite, but Lucas wants to see it.
I can't wait to see it. Like I'm getting ready to buy tickets and everything so we can go. I think I'm gonna do a Saturday. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
do a Saturday morning because I don't like evenings at movies. Too many
Yeah,
people.
no, it's too much.
I'm the person
And they
that'll
make it
book
more
it.
expensive.
Yeah,
No.
I'll book it at like 10 o'clock in the morning and be like the only people in there.
There should be a early and then like a matinee and then like an early bird because I
Yeah.
wanted a further discount if I go before noon.
Right? Let me get in there at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Have my
Open
coffee
up,
and watch
I'll
a
be
brand
there
new
waiting.
movie. I don't know, we might have sparked an idea. Hopefully, somebody does it.
So somebody they better ship us a check when they do it.
Clearly. So what
All
we got
right,
going on today?
we're here today to flush the format because we've been doing good. 6 episodes in for season 2, but it's time
Mhm.
to stop being so regimented and we're just going to chill for an hour or
Blush it.
more or less and we're just going to chat about books.
Yes, because that's what we do, and it's more fun when you read with friends and you talk about books with friends and, all the good things.
And we have a ton of friends here on our YouTube page, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on all the things.
Yes. On all the
So,
things and all the places. You guys are the best.
thanks for hanging
Yeah.
out with us. Today, we're going to do some Goodreads stuff. We haven't actually had a chance to. Last year, it just started the podcast. So we
Mhm.
didn't decide to do anything with the Goodreads Choice Awards. And today, we're just going to go through and see what's there. I've already seen some of
Okay.
them, but I haven't voted yet.
Well, then that means you can vote live.
I can vote live because today is the last day of the opening round of
Uh-huh.
voting.
Okay.
So we'll vote.
So you're gonna pick all of my books.
I mean, depending on what segment we're in, because I don't read a lot of these, there's probably not going to be a ton in the fiction or
Mhm.
romantasy space.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll have to give me some input. That's why this is a team.
Exactly. Because I already voted. I voted like first day, second day when it came out. I was so excited. I was like,
Well, we were
oh.
originally planning on doing something last week,
Mhm.
going live, but it was too crazy. We had too much going on personally. So I was like, nope, we'll just talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah. And it makes it easier too because we can kind of sit back and relax and you have your snack and I have my tea and I do have a
Yep.
snack, but it's nice.
Today is the 23rd, so it's the last day of the initial voting. However, when you're watching
Mhm.
this, that's already passed. Actually,
Mhm.
you'll be in the midst of final voting, so they'll be narrowed down. And I'm curious to see if what I vote for makes it. That'd be really cool to find out. So,
And also something that we can add to today as like a nice little spin. We can add the books that we plan on putting on our poll. You're looking at me like, what is this lady talking about?
yeah, I'm like,
We can
this is what happens when we flush the format. We don't talk about anything beforehand.
no,
So
not
I'm
at
like, what
all.
is she getting us into?
We can talk about books for our poll for December because we
Yeah,
still have a
that's
couple
fair.
books in the air we're trying to figure out and hey, maybe it might be something on the Goodreads list. So I probably should
That'd be
have a
fun.
pen and paper, but I'll get something in a little bit, but that'll be
Oh
cool,
well.
right? It's still
Yeah, absolutely.
books. You're like, "We didn't
Books are
talk about
books.
this."
That's okay. I remember how the last Flush the Format episode went, so it gets off the rails pretty fast, everybody.
But that's okay. We're having fun. We're g
Oh, for sure. Let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to look at the Goodreads categories.
dun, 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 dun.
Eventually,
Drum roll, please.
when I press the word
You have
share,
to add
there
the
we go.
actual drum roll sign when it comes up.
Oh my gosh. Do you think I'm better at editing than I am?
Never know. Sound effects might, you might be able to.
There you go. Dun da da da.
All
All
right.
right.
I vote for fantasy.
We're gonna jump right into fantasy.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I
All
mean, you're
right,
not going to
that's
pick fiction.
fine. I mean, eventually we have to talk about all these segments. Maybe not history, but you got nonfiction down here. Don't we want to end with
There's
the good
nothing
stuff?
wrong with history.
I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. We're not going to read it. Maybe you will, Miss Historical Fiction, but no.
I have to see what's in it. I don't even know what's in the history and biography yet. I don't remember.
All right, let's do fantasy. We'll start with it. All
I mean, this
right.
one is a banger. I'm just saying, why not start here?
Yeah, well, this is hard because I have to vote, and I read half these books.
I think you read most of them, haven't you?
I'm looking at it now. So I did read Catabasis, Barrier
Mhm.
Bones, Incandescent, Hemlock and Silver, The
Mhm.
Devils, The A Drop of Corruption, Society of Unknown Objects, Strength of the Few, which, by the way, this came out the day Strength of the Few was released. I think Goodreads needs to
Really?
get itself together because
How did it
it
edit
shouldn't
that
be on here
fast?
because it
No,
had
that's way
enough
too fast.
reviews ahead of time, I guess, to qualify, but it shouldn't.
Were there a bunch of
Um,
ARC readers for it?
well, there must have been, or people were just
Hmm.
voting or
Voting
rating
in
it. I don't know.
anticipation of it. Okay.
The river
See,
has
I said,
roots.
oh, I know what you're voting for already. Everyone, he's voting for Brandon Sanderson. It's
I
gonna
can't
happen.
vote for Brandon Sanderson because I haven't read that one yet.
But it's still Brandon Sanderson.
I know, but he's actually got some tough competition because if I were to vote today, which I will be,
Mhm.
mm, mm,
I wish there was a way for me to
y'all,
see. I don't know if it lets me see what I already voted for, but I feel like for this one, I personally voted for
Barrier
I
Bones.
think I did Bury Our Bones because that one to me was just like I said,
That should
masterpiece
be
to me.
in the. I mean, I guess it's fantasy. I don't know. I feel like it's got a heavy romance aspect, so I feel
Mhm.
like it should be somewhere over there, like romanticy.
I've always wondered sometimes how they group these because it's like I don't know, it's just weird. I figured Water Moon would be in something else like more cozy like,
Yeah,
but
this
they
is,
don't
and
have
while
this
it is,
category for it.
it should just be in general fiction. I get that it's speculative and
Mhm.
but it's just fiction. It's not really fantasy.
Mhm.
It's not even low fantasy. So you have high fantasy, which is your Brandon Sanderson or your Strength of the Few, and then you have low fantasy, which is like
Mhm.
The River Has Roots and Brigands and Bread Knives, which is also really new. And
Mhm.
Hemlock and Silver came out last month. So a lot of these books, there's a range in that. I'm interested. I've never seen this one before. A
I've
Resistance of
never heard of that
Witches.
one. And
That
yes, I
one
did check
intrigues me.
mine. So mine will let me go see what I voted for. So I did vote for Bury Our Bones on this one.
Okay. I am going to vote for The Strength of the Few. Even though I feel like it shouldn't be on here, I think it
Mhm.
deserves to win because of these books that I have read, which again was
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 out of 20. So almost
Mhm.
half.
See, that's actually really good. And I was actually surprised looking at this because I read a lot of these books. And, normally me with fantasy, I don't think that I read a lot of fantasy, but surprisingly, I guess I do.
This was a very heavy fantasy year for you. And I think for me as well, I think there are books that should be on here that aren't on here.
Mhm.
Um, I'd have to look at my recent reads, but I know there's some books on here. For instance, Red City also just came out here. I feel
Yeah,
like,
that's brand new.
but
I
Wind
wonder
and
how that
Truth
one got
came
on
out
there.
last October or November. So like
Mhm.
it's on here and this book just came out. The Red City just came out. Unknowable Objects just came out. Strength of the Few just came out.
Well, isn't
Bread
this because
Knives.
it's
This.
stuff that comes out in 2025 though?
No, because it can be anything from in the last
I mean
12
the
months. So it
end of
can be
I mean in the end of 2024 is what I mean. So within like that
yeah,
year
but you wouldn't
span.
be eligible if you were coming out in December, which is after the poll. And I feel like
Okay.
coming out the day the poll starts, as much as I'm going to vote for this book, I don't I don't know why it's on here. It should be on next year's.
What is the Society of Unknowable Objects? I'm just curious
First of
because it
all,
looks.
I loved this book. So you remember the
Oh,
Book
you
of
did read
Doors?
that book.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me you read this one.
This is the sequel. It's a loosely connected sequel to the Book of Doors. It doesn't say it's a series, but
Mhm.
they are definitely in the same universe. And I loved this book. I loved it.
Okay.
I had such a good time. So I do recommend reading. I think I gave it a 4.5. It's not showing me my rating. But no, I think a 4.5 or 5 even. I loved the book and I cannot wait for future books in this like connected universe to come out.
Hmm.
It was a lot of fun, but it just doesn't compare to like the fantasy that I'm used to. It's more of a Da Vinci Code kind of fantasy where there's secret societies and different things like that. But it was really a lot of fun.
See, that sounds like something I would like. So I'll have to add Book of Doors to my
It's
December.
Book of Doors has some action is sprinkled in.
Mhm.
I think it will keep you entertained and like engaged long enough. I think I
Mhm.
gave it a 3, maybe 3.5 last year, but this one definitely much. I like it. It strikes me when I look at it and I'm like, man, I remember how much fun that was to read.
Mhm. I'm gonna have to definitely add Book of Doors to December because I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to add and what I want to try and read end of year. Book of Doors, I'm
Yeah.
gonna add that one.
Some of the other books on here, I gave this a 3. See, again,
Mhm.
it's not showing me my ratings on here, but I did. I believe I gave this one a 4.5 or a 5, but I will
Mhm.
say I'm not voting for it because I was confused a lot of the time. It was just a heavy read.
Yeah, you said that one was heavier with all the academic type of writing and stuff like that. You said
Yes.
it was a harder read,
This one's
but you
actually
wrote an
YA.
awesome review on it. You wrote
I
an
did.
awesome
And this
review.
one too. This was my first review for Book Trip was Incandescent.
Mhm.
And it was I think it's YA and I think it should be in the YA fantasy space. Technically it follows an adult, but I feel like it's more YA. It's like new
Mhm.
adult.
Okay.
Devils was a great time. I just picked this one up at the library, The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow.
I keep
Um,
seeing the ads for that one.
I love Alex E. Harrow's writing.
Mhm.
I have their original trilogy, the Library of the Unwritten or something like that, and I have one book
Mhm.
left to go in that series. I really enjoyed it. And
Okay.
so I'm interested to see how this one it looks more like a medieval kind of fantasy look to it.
It does. I like the cover of it. You know me and my covers. The Sirens, I was
Amelia
actually supposed
Hart.
to read. Yeah, I was supposed to read that one. She was our book club for Wayward and was her
Yes.
first book, and Sirens was a second. I didn't get to read it though.
Well, there's still time.
And not for this year. Probably like maybe May of next year, I'm thinking. I don't know. The
Yeah.
cover to me just kind of says summer, so I want to like warmer weather. I
Okay.
know I'm weird. I
Yeah,
know.
you do yours by seasons.
That one just looks like it says summer. I'm like, I feel like that would be a good like May because, water and things.
All right. I guess I've put this off long enough. I think it's time for me to vote. I will be voting for The Strength of the
Sanderson.
Few. No, though I think they're probably both going to be 5 stars. I'm just too far away from this one.
Hmm.
My vote has been cast. Where would
I
we
had a
like to
feeling
go
you were going to do
next?
that one just because it's my favorite. I know you don't have many in it. Let's do historical fiction.
Yeah, I figured we were going there. I'm interested to see this one because I'm like, what do you have in here? Let's see.
Let's see, what do I have for historical fiction? So for me, oh yeah, this was a good one. So there's a lot of stuff in here,
Good
but a
dirt.
lot of them, I know I was really
Oh, you
torn on
voted
what
for
to put.
Atmosphere, didn't you?
I did have to
Yeah.
vote for it.
I'm going to be
It was
voting for
just
that as
so
well,
good.
only because it's the only book I've read.
But you
But
know what? Surprisingly, though, there's a lot of books on here that are on my list, and some of which that I actually considered putting in for December's club read or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because there's good stuff. I did read Good Dirt.
Mhm.
Junie, I
It's
have
coming
not
up,
read
hopefully.
yet. It is coming up. I did Cursed Daughters instead, so I'm currently listening to Cursed
Oh,
Daughters,
okay.
then I'll jump to Junie.
You DNF'd this guy.
Which one?
Didn't you
Amalfi
DNF
Curse?
Amalfi Curse?
Yeah, I did. For the Amalfi Curse, I ended up DNFing it. Well, I don't wanna say DNF just seemed so hard. I just had to stop listening to it because it had a very heavy accent, like, while I was listening to the audio,
That's right. That was
and
the,
it made it very
Indian accent,
yeah.
right?
No, the Indian one that was Covenant of Water. So it was
Oh,
very hard.
yeah.
Yeah, Covenant of Water had a very heavy accent for me, and it was hard for me to kinda, like, stick through with it. That's one I have to read with my eyes, but Amalfi Curse had I think it was, like I don't remember what it was. I don't
Is
remember
it
what
Scottish?
I wanna say it was, but I don't remember, but it was
Huh.
just harder for me to listen to, and I'm like, "Nah, I gotta put this one down."
Is there let's see here. Is there anything that we need to add to the list for December from here, or do you think we're gonna go with a different route? I don't see too much that I'd be super interested in.
I know, that's the point of it. I thought about Isola,
That one has come
and
across, it's a gorgeous cover. I don't know what it's about.
I thought about Isola or Broken Country.
Okay, okay. Interesting. Let's see Broken Country.
Mhm. Broken
Okay,
Country
first
is getting a lot of really good reviews right now.
well, it's because it's a Reese's Book Club pick. Of course it is.
Well, usually that's how it goes.
Broken Country might be okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna cast my vote for Atmosphere. I really did enjoy it.
I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I'm putting this in the notes as well too for Notion.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one.
So we said possibly Broken Country or Isola so far.
Yeah. All right, I get to pick the next one. Let's do mystery thriller.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Well, we've got a book club pick in here.
We do. That's why I said it's kind of exciting to see, like our book club picks and stuff in here.
Absolutely. We got the new first of all, I've already previewed this section, and the fact that there are 3 Frida McFadens in this section should be illegal.
Yeah, there are a bit in there.
Let's see here, the new Reese book with Harlan Coben.
I enjoyed that. I did read that. I
You
read it the day
finished
that
it?
it came out. I enjoyed
I
that
didn't
one.
know you finished it. Do you just
hmm
not update me on your books? I never know. You're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting this," and then all of a sudden you're like, "I read that."
Because if it hits the vibe, I'm just gonna finish it.
I do like I don't know if I'm a Ashley Flowers fan. I didn't enjoy the first book
hmm
I read from her, which was "We're All Good People Here." I think it is. Didn't love
I
that,
haven't
and
read anything from her.
I believe she's a podcaster. She has one of those big, famous true crime podcasts. I hope I'm talking about the right person.
Oh, I remember you told me that, but I didn't know that was her.
Let's
Is that
find
it?
out because I don't want to be wrong. Is the number one
Okay. See, I'm not a
number
big
one
true crime
female
person.
podcaster in the U.S. and host of Crime Junkie, the number one podcast among
Hmm.
women.
Okay. See, I'm not a big true crime person.
This is her second book. I gave All Good People Here 1
hmm
star. I hated that book.
Brutal.
Yeah, no, absolutely hated that book. So I don't think I'll be picking up. It is pretty cover though. I am kind of intrigued.
hmm
Heartwood is another one that has been on my. It looks more spooky, than
It
anything.
does
But
look rather spooky in that one. What is it even about?
it
It doesn't have
is.
great
Let's see,
reviews, though.
3.94 is not bad out of 65,000. Um,
See, I feel like it needs
Heartwood
to be like a 4, 4.5.
not on Goodreads. There's so many people who downvote books they don't even read on Goodreads. So if you're in that 3.8 and above, you're a decent book, especially if you've
Okay.
got 50, 60,000 ratings.
Okay.
Heartwood takes you on a journey as a search and rescue team race against time when an experienced hiker mysteriously disappears on the Appalachian Trail in Maine. I'm
Mm.
in. That's the kind of blurb I need. There's another damn Frida McFadden book. You liked that one though. You enjoyed The Crash.
mm, Not so much.
I thought you
I
gave
think I
that a
gave that
decent
one a
rating.
3.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Frida for me is usually a 3. Housemaid was the only one that got a solid 5 out of me, but usually all the rest of them I read for her are 3 because they're
So,
decent books, quick
yeah,
thriller type of thing. But no, usually Frida for me is a 3.
Frida, take a crap on her because she releases so many books. Like, to have 3 on the 2025 list, it's
Mhm.
ridiculous. But I am interested in reading The Housemaid because I think I have to give it a fair try. There's a movie
You
coming out,
do.
and
You
everybody says it's
absolutely
really
do.
good, so I do wanna try that one. I
Yeah,
found
that
3
was definitely a
copies.
favorite for me.
I found 3 copies at the Goodwill bookstore, but all of them had water damage, and I'm like, "I'm not buying those."
Well, why would they even be at the Goodwill store if they have water damage?
Because they're a Goodwill bookstore. It's not like brand new books, they're just donations, so
But why
they're
would they
slightly
take
water damaged. They're not like
I don't like that. They need to be at least in decent condition.
I don't know if you know how Goodwill works as a whole, but they're a money hungry corporation that takes other people's donations and makes profit off of them. So I don't love Goodwill, but I do love a price for a Goodwill book.
For their books. I get it.
Yes.
I
And
still
they
haven't went to the
do
Goodwill
do
bookstore.
some good things for people in the
Mhm.
community, but overwhelmingly they're a greedy, hungry corporate beast. So,
Yeah, I don't really get too far into Goodwill, and I have yet to go to any of their bookstores.
well, you'll have to check it out.
I usually just read stuff on my Kindle unless I really need to have the book.
See, I'm a bargain hunter. I like the shelf trophies for my audiobooks
If
because
they're
I don't actually read them.
as long as we don't spend a lot of money on the book. See, that's where
Well,
I am. I don't wanna
three to
spend a
four
whole lot of
dollars
money
on
on
a
books.
book is really good.
That's good. That is good.
Yeah. Hardcovers are 4 something, 4.15, 4.15,
Oh,
and
that's not bad.
paperbacks are like 3.30 or 3.40.
So they're way cheap. I didn't know they were that cheap.
And you can get
Okay.
kids books for like a buck. And there's
I
lots
actually
of
just
kids
went to the
books in
library
YA.
yesterday. I actually just went to
Nice.
the library and got some books. All right, what are
What
you
else
voting
we
for?
got here? Well, here's the thing. I scrolled down the last way. Ghost Rider was on here, and I liked Ghost Rider. It was again another book trip review,
Mhm.
but it's going to be King of Ashes because there's nothing else on here. Alice Feeney was really good, but it wasn't as good as King of Ashes, so
You
I got
know,
to
I
vote for that.
really, really struggled with this one. And
What did you vote for?
this is where my good heart comes in because yes, King of Ashes was that one. It was that one. I loved it. I ate it up. But because the book is so popular, I said, well, let me see what happens. But I voted for Forget Me Not Stacey Willingham because
Ugh,
that was one of my like I think that was like one of my first or second book reviews for Book Trip, actually,
yeah.
and it was my first book by Stacy, and I absolutely loved it, and I know with being right next to, King of Ashes, it's a pretty hard kinda tussle, but King of Ashes and Forget Me Not, I went the path of Forget Me Not because I did love that twist.
See, you said, "Oh, that book doesn't have a very good rating." Well, Forget Me Not only has a 3.8 with half
Well,
the
I
amount of
reviewed it,
reviews.
but I reviewed it. So I felt
Fair.
like because I reviewed it that I needed to vote for it because I reviewed it.
I mean,
You're like that.
that doesn't make any sense. You also reviewed King of Ashes, just not for book trip.
Right. But I said because I wrote it, I felt like it was, I felt like I had to do it because I read the book.
All the Dangerous Things is the book I read from Stacey Willingham. I gave it 2 stars. I did not enjoy it. So I'm glad you had a better time with Forget Me Not. I have A Flicker in the Dark by this
Mhm.
author, which is the second highest rated. The book that I hated actually has the highest rating for this author, but um,
Okay.
so ratings don't mean a damn thing on Goodreads. I just want to be very clear. I hated that book, but I will read A
You're
Flicker
like,
in the Dark
absolutely
because I
not.
own it.
Mhm. Say Cosby though definitely was good. I feel like now
Oh,
since I'm talking about it, you're making me want to change it to King of Ashes.
too bad. You already voted. Can't change. The good news
It
is
says you can.
I don't think Forget Me Not is going to make it to the second round. So you can vote for King of Ashes when it's in the second round.
Yeah, I'll do that because I know it's gonna make it. I really do.
It's definitely going to make it. I'd be very
Everybody was reading
shocked.
King of Ashes. Everybody was reading King of Ashes. I feel like if it hasn't even won the category already, but, it was really good. I loved it.
All right, what else? Where you want to go next?
Uh, Hmm. Romantasy, let's get it out the way.
Here we are. Oh, this had to be tough for you.
I voted for yeah, this one had a lot of stuff in it. So for me on this one, I went ahead and I did Our Vicious Oaths. Even though I will say the book was a bit more romantic-ish, I guess is the right word. It
Well,
was
it's in the right category.
I know it clearly is in the right category, but I did enjoy it. Read most of it. I did enjoy it. It just got to be a little too much for me. But however, I enjoyed it because, I don't like too much of certain things in books, and it was very heavy, but it was still a very good book.
Now, I will be voting for the only book that I read in this section, but my
Dang.
question really is, do you think Alchemized is going to beat Onyx Storm?
See, that would be tough because Alchemized
Alchemized
is
is
very
a
trendy.
phenomenon. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It's
was
very
Onyx
trendy.
Storm, but not I don't feel like it had the grip that Alchemized has had.
I feel like Alchemized might actually beat out Onyx Storm only because Alchemized is one book. There's not, if I understand correctly, and if I from my own personal knowledge,
Oh
it's
my
not a part of a
god.
series. I think I know, exactly. And I
1.5 million ratings.
mhm, and it's actually
Oh,
so I read an article recently that said that from this series alone for these 3 books have basically given her, like, most of her lifetime of her earnings or something for Rebecca Yarros. And it's definitely ranked one of the highest series right now. Me personally, I do enjoy the series, but I don't feel like it is that number 1 series. Like, I mean, the books are the top 3 for the longest time, on that
yeah.
little rating thing. I don't know what that thing is called, but it's been on there for so long that it's just, I'm wondering if it's more of an influence with book talk. Because again, everything we have currently right now is in that book talk, bookish space necessarily. Um,
I'm
yeah,
shocked.
I
1.5
feel
million
like
ratings is
how much does
insane.
Alchemized have? Because it's pretty trendy right now as well too.
89,000? Yeah. Now it has a higher
Okay.
rating, but 89,000 compared to
hmm
1.5 is bonkers.
But the 89,000, see, this is what says more about the book. It has 89,000 with 4.5 stars,
But
whereas
this one has
Onyx Storm,
1.5 with 4.2.
oh, I didn't know it had 4.2. So it's
Yeah.
close.
I think
Um,
Onyx Storm's taking it. The sheer numbers.
mhm.
I bet you we don't have
It's
any other million plus ratings on here. Let's check Mate.
no, and Immortal is a newer book as well too. What was Mate?
And it's got a
Okay,
4.16. Let's see. Night and the Moth, who I'll be voting for, is 144 and it's got a 4.29.
okay. But
Silver
see,
Elite
there's
was
so
huge.
many.
No, yeah. I think Onyx Storm takes it.
I would love
Wow.
to see someone smaller in this space just because the whole, Imperium series is taking up all of the space and all of the things. I feel like some of these other authors in this category should also, get their fair share of it. Maybe
Well,
Imperium series needs to be in their own space.
I have to say that Fourth Wing kicked off the term romantasy.
Mhm.
It was really obviously people have used it in the past. It's not like a brand new term or anything. But in terms of like just absolute forest fire, it was
Mhm.
Fourth Wing. It set off this whole category. It's the reason we have the romantasy category in the Goodreads Choice Awards.
Question.
It was a
Before
phenomenon.
question. When did Fourth Wing come out?
I want to say
You know where I'm going with
2024
this.
because it was 2024 because no 20 end of 2023. Let me see. Fourth Wing.
Mhm.
Please hold.
I'm curious.
For the
'Cause
record,
I
I didn't
think you
even
know
know
where
the
I'm going
series
with
was
it.
called The Empyrean. It came out in 2023 and it won the Reader's Choice for Romantasy that year.
Okay. So, yes, Sarah J. Maas, her books have been out a lot longer. I will say
They
that
have.
she dominated that space before it was termed romantasy. That
Yeah, you
has to
know
be
what?
it.
I might have to recant on what I said. I might have been wrong. Maybe Akatar kicked off the romantasy aspect.
I think ACOTAR definitely did because it's
Well,
been
let's see
around
what's
longer.
Akatar got.
I'm curious.
A Court of Thorns and Roses, the original book,
Mhm.
has 4 million ratings
Here we have it,
and
people.
4.16. So it is lower rated than this, but with 3 and 2.5 more million
Mhm.
ratings.
That's what I was thinking because ACOTAR is such a very huge series, and I bet you the second
It
book
came out
is
in
probably higher
2015.
rating. I bet the second book has a higher rating than the first book because nobody really likes the first book,
Yeah, I didn't.
but
3
everybody rants
million,
about the second.
4.6.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
4.46, 2 million for book 3. And
Mhm.
then book 4, the final, is 2 million ratings and a 4.4.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, Akatar's
Mhm. ACOTAR
crazy.
is huge. Yeah. That's why I
Now,
said there's
if we
2 sides to 2 sides to the book reader world for fantasy. You have your Brandon Sandersons and you have your Sarah J. Maas because they have just I don't wanna say they have just about as much, but they have a lot of influence in that space. And then, yeah, I feel like they're the number 2 people.
Now, listen, on the top books for Sarah J. Maas on her page, Crescent City doesn't even come up. People do not like that series, but Throne of Glass
I
does.
know.
And it's also got great ratings, 4.1 with 2 million plus reviews. That's just
Mhm.
crazy. Now we'll go check out Mistborn because I think Mistborn is going to have one of the highest
Mistborn
ratings.
should have the highest. I feel
Mm.
like Mistborn should have the
But
highest.
you would be shocked. You would be shocked. It is a 4.4, not even a
Uh-huh.
million ratings yet.
What?
When you
That's
see
hard to believe.
that's well, it's not because when you say they're in the same space, Sarah J. Maas is not
Mhm.
a fantasy writer. She has built a world, sure, fine, but it's
Mhm.
not in like high fantasy. She has some of those aspects,
Okay.
but I don't put them in the same category.
Yeah, I will
And
say
so
that
it
is
is
true
really
because they don't
banking
read the same.
on the 8 foot tall, well endowed fairy reader people to be getting the kind of numbers that it's getting.
Mhm.
Let me check Stormlight. I'm checking if Stormlight is Way of Kings. It has less than Mistborn, 665,
Okay.
but a 4.66. Like the rating is way up there. Just not as many people because when you look at a book that's maybe 500 pages, 600 pages like Akatar or something like that,
Mhm.
compared to an 800,000, 1,200 page book, there's just not a lot of people who are lining up to read those books.
They're probably intimidated by it.
They
You
are.
know, the
I
fact that the
was.
books are such a commitment but I know for sure like the books are good. You just have to be able to commit to listening to a book for a month, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
At least I would think I would have to listen to the book for a month. I mean,
I'm
we're not
interested
gonna
to see how this goes because it is a popularity contest, and this
Mhm.
Alchemized came out last month or 2 months ago,
Mhm.
and
And
Onyx Storm
Onyx
came out in January. So it's like, okay, are people going to be more? It's a popularity contest. That's how it works. So are people more like, oh, I remember Alchemized is right on top of my mind. Loved it.
Mhm.
Vote. I'd be curious.
I still want to read Alchemized. I did start it, but at the time I was reading something else and I was like, I'll pick this one up later. But I
Yeah,
do want to actually finish reading Alchemized. I didn't get very far in. You know, for me, if the mood hits, it's going to hit and I'm going to finish it. If not, then I'm going to set it down and come back to it. So that's one I'm definitely going to go back. But my vote for this category went to Art Vicious Hope.
interesting.
Hmm.
I'm going to do science fiction next.
I knew you were.
All right. Now, I honestly don't think I've read too many in this category.
Hmm.
And I loved this book, but I don't think it has the kind of following that's going to get it the win.
Hmm.
But
Poppy Fields.
Lord, I'm gonna have to vote for the book that I read that I actually enjoyed, which is
Hmm.
of Monsters and Mainframes, because Poppy Fields doesn't compare in my mind for that.
I
So
actually wanted to read so for this one, I did vote for Death of the Author because I read it,
I
and
figured.
out of the books on there, that was the only one that I could really say that was, a pretty decent read. But I do have The Dream Hotel on my very long
Yeah.
TBR for someday. And then also the other one, The Atmosphere, I think is what it's called. Is it called The Atmosphere? The Compound. Where
Uh,
did I get The Atmosphere from? The
yeah,
Compound
I
is
don't
one
know.
that I have is interesting too.
I will be reading on here. The
Mhm,
only book that I will likely pick up is going to be one of these John Scalzi's. I don't know if
mhm,
it'll be these ones, but I'll be reading from this author soon
okay,
because I think he might be a new favorite sci-fi author for me.
mhm.
But I don't know if it's going to be this one or one of the backlisted ones. The
That's
Compound is
pretty cool
a
that he has 2 on there.
I know. They came out
Mhm,
relatively close to each other too. The Compound is a like a Big Brother kind of competition kind of thing, and that
mm.
doesn't intrigue me.
I said it would be different. Me and sci-fi are still trying to find our way together.
I know that Barbara True Love doesn't have a chance of winning this, but I just want to shout
Mhm,
out that I had so much fun reading this little book, and I think it deserves some love. Now, I don't know how any of the I hated Nicholas Spinge's original book. I don't even Ascend or something like that.
mhm.
Ascension. Hated it. It was a book club
I've
pick at my
never read
previous
it.
company,
Uh-huh.
and the twist in it was so corny. I will never pick up another book from this author. I've
You're like,
liked
"No."
Adrian Tchaikovsky.
Mhm,
However, there's just something about his writing that's a little too sci-fi-y, but I read that
mhm,
maybe 6 or 7 years ago. One of the books that he had, Children of Time, I think it was. So I might be
okay.
giving him another chance soon, and I don't know. We'll see what comes up.
Now, I don't know when the series has come out, but I was very interested to see that Murderbot was not in here. I don't know when it came
Now,
out.
the Murderbot has some love, but I think the most recent Murderbot book came out more than a year ago.
Okay, well, then that explains it. I was surprised that was
Yeah,
not in here because I was thinking like
that would have
that
been
was
fun.
very sci-fi heavy.
Let's see here. Murderbot. I know you guys can't see because I'm only sharing one screen, so that's kind of boring for you. But let's see here.
Uh,
Murderbot, all
Broken
systems red.
Dove. So Silver Elite has its second book. It's called Broken Dove.
I have heard, and I don't know if this has been confirmed or not. I have heard that that book is AI written.
I don't know.
At least, yeah, I don't know that for a fact. Book 8 for Murderbot is coming out next year. 2023 was the previous book. So yeah, it's been a couple years.
Okay, so it's been some time.
Where did I was on another live stream with somebody else. Yeah, it is rumored to have been written by AI, but this is not confirmed. It's widely considered unlikely. But I mean, yeah, there's a significant amount of controversy around it. I remember them speculating that Silver Elite, where'd it go? Am I tripping? Wasn't it on here? Oh, that was in the last one. It was Romantasy.
It was on the ad.
Silver Elite is going to, it was supposed to be two authors that were writing together, supposedly, but nothing ever came out, or another author writing with a pen name, but nothing has ever come out. So I think that's why people are
Hmm,
speculating it's AI. Here we go.
okay.
All right.
See,
Well,
these
that was
books are
interesting.
coming out back to back. It's so crazy how these books are just like boom, 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 boom.
I mean, while I think it's because we live in a society that feels like we have to have instant gratification, and
Mhm,
we want this now. We don't want to wait for a Brandon Sanderson, a George R.R. Martin kind of wait where it's years and years and years before you get the next book, but like it's going to be worth the wait. But I get it.
mhm.
I don't want to wait either. That's why I wait for the whole series to be out so that I can binge them.
Kinda sounds like me. I think that's why I take so long on some of my series because, I want to be able to read them all in the time. Like, I don't wanna have to wait. I think that's why I didn't read Onyx Storm yet because I know there's still 2 more books left. So it's like, if I read Onyx
Two?
Storm, then I'm like, yeah, it's supposed to be 5 books. And they're saying that this next book is supposed to be, I guess Satan's the bad guy or something in this book, the so-called rumored or something. I don't know.
What?
I don't do too much of the stuff that goes on. I just read what I like. But I did not read that one. I was like, you know what? I might as well just wait for the next book because all the books are like end on a crazy cliffhanger. I don't want that
Yeah,
reaction. I don't like that
that's
energy. I don't.
wild. What section you want next?
Well, let's go to 4.
Why? You're not voting in this one.
I know. That's why I said to do horror.
Let's see here. I've read one, two, three,
Oh,
four, oops,
oh.
5, 6, 7, 7.
Mhm.
Less than the fantasy section,
Mhm.
but I will say this is a tough one because Buffalo Hunter Hunter was such a good book. I really enjoyed it until the very, very
Mhm.
end, which lost a few kudos points. I just finished Chuck Tingle's Lucky Day, and I loved it. I really had a good time with Coffin Moon. I just finished that last week, but
So
my
you
number
got
one
all
book,
these on there.
this takes the cake. When the Wolf Comes Home was an absolute insane roller coaster. It gets the vote
Hmm.
every single time. Now, there's a lot on here that I still want to read. These books, like What
Mhm.
Hunger and You Were Meant to Be Human, are. I talked about this to Emily last night, trying to explain that there's like traditional horror, which is all about the scares and the atmosphere,
Mhm.
and then there's the like literary horror, which kind of talks about the horrors of just like reality and life.
Mhm.
Then you have the unsettling horror, which is meant to give you just those really creepy vibes. And then you have the gross horror, where it's just trying to make you squeamish. Those books I
Mhm.
do not enjoy, and that's what these are.
Mhm.
This one is it's got a historical aspect to it. I want nothing to do with it. I will actually be picking up Play Nice by Rachel Harrison. It'll be my first
Mhm.
Rachel Harrison
Okay.
because everybody always says they don't like her books, and I've had a few on my
Okay.
list, but that's always deterred me, but everybody has really enjoyed this one, so I will be checking that out.
Okay. You have to
And
try
this is
it.
also on my list, and this is also on my list, and this is also
The
and
whole
this is
thing.
also and this is also a Not Immaculate Conception. That's a little too literary for me.
Mhm.
No Lamb, no We Love You Bunny, Possession, Meant to Be, or What Hunger. Just no. This Stephen King may eventually get picked up, but I don't think so.
Mhm.
So my vote is in, everybody. Oh my gosh, Hamnet's getting a book
Mm.
or a
So
movie?
for that one, I did vote because I don't think you could skip. I voted for the Buffalo Hunter Hunter because of how you talked about it. So I voted for Buffalo Hunter Hunter.
Oh, you can absolutely not vote for a section, but I appreciate it
I didn't
because
know that.
I think, oh yeah, you don't have to vote for everything.
See, I didn't know that because I was just going through and just clicking, and it was like I had to do them. It didn't let me skip.
Uh, yeah,
Mhm.
I think Stephen King's going to take it because if you look at all the reviews on here, I think Stephen King has the highest readers,
Mm.
which is
He's been around for so long.
yes,
Yeah.
53,000 ratings. So whoop de doo, right? Well,
Wow. Okay.
a lot of these other books just don't have the following like Stephen King
They're
does. Like
newer
When the Wolf
books.
Comes Home. Well, so is
Mhm.
Stephen King's, but they're
Well, I mean, as
twenty
far as the
thousand
author.
ratings for When the Wolf Comes Home. And I think that's the probably Grady Hendrix is a huge author. Let's go with Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I bet you it doesn't have more than 25. It has 30. So the numbers are just very different. So I think Stephen King's going
Mhm.
to take it.
Like you said, it's a popularity thing.
It is. I would love for Stephen Graham Jones or Grady Hendrix to take it. I really enjoyed those books.
Mhm.
Or, of course, Nat Cassidy, because that's what I voted for. All right. Let's see here. Let's get romance out of the way because I also I don't even know if I've read a book in here.
I'm not a big, big, big fan of romance, but I
Oh my
did
gosh,
have
did
one
you
that I
vote for the
read that I love.
Gingerbread Bakery?
No.
Oh, can't get enough. Kennedy
Yep.
Ryan.
Yep. Kennedy
Okay,
Ryan took it from
that's
me.
solid.
That
Um,
was one of my favorite reads. Can't get enough.
I did not
I just
read any
love
of these books.
I just love how Kennedy Ryan writes her books, especially within the Skylam series. My ultimate favorite was definitely the second one. The first one did actually make me
Yeah.
cry. That was one of the only books I cried on. But this one, out of the pick of what's in here, I went definitely with Can't Get Enough.
I would vote for Can't Get Enough because you guys both loved it, but I'm not going to vote for it.
Hmm.
I don't think it needs any. If I were to be honest on here, who's going to take it's probably going to
It
be
would
Elsie
probably be,
Silver, Emily Henry, or
or like
Abby
Emily
Jimenez.
Henry, or with the Taurus season thing. That's the same person that wrote Butcher and Blackbird.
They're next to each other. Yeah. Bryn
Hmm.
Weaver.
Yeah, I could see that
This
one
is the
being in
third
there,
book in
but
that.
I
You
just
could, but
want
I
Kennedy
think
Ryan to take it.
Abby Jimenez could take it. I think for sure Elsie Silver has a great following. Nobody loved
Mhm.
this book, if I'm honest. Everybody that I
Yeah.
watched was like, I'm really disappointed by this Emily Henry.
Mhm. A lot of people didn't like that one. I did not. I haven't read anything by Emily Henry. Only thing I've read
Emily's
in
read a
here,
couple and she liked them.
I did read Abby Jimenez, the summer one. I read that one last
Yeah,
year and that was really good. I think it was Just for the Summer, I think is what it was called.
I think
I
that's
feel
it.
like
Yeah,
that's what it
Emily
was
read that
called.
one.
I did enjoy that one, but that's the only thing that I got off of that one for romance.
This has been really popular.
Mhm.
For some reason, this stupid book is popular.
I'm just not a big romance girly. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just not a big romance girly. That's not the section that I'm running to in a bookstore. Now, if we're in a bookstore, I'll probably run towards, like historical fiction because I just feel like there's more depth to the story with that. You
yeah.
usually kind of learn something in that. Romance is just, I don't know. It's just not my thing.
I'm with you. Fiction next, maybe?
Yeah, that's the fiction.
Let's do general fiction. Well, you got your cursed daughters on here,
Hmm.
but have you finished it?
I am actually pretty close. I only have like maybe 3 hours left. I was listening to audio.
Okay. I
Hmm.
I want to read Ocean Vuong, but I'm not sure if that one.
I heard that one was pretty good. I didn't realize that Wild Dork Shore would have been in this category. That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, it's
I still
definitely somewhere in between the mystery thriller and general fiction.
Yeah, I was surprised to see it in this category. Frederick Bachman, My Friends, I do want to
Yeah,
read that, but I'm going to do that one
me
as a
too.
summer read next summer. I just didn't get around to it this year.
There's the Wally Lamb that just recently came out.
Yes, I started that one because I want to read it this month. That book is calling to me, and I feel like I need to read that one. I don't know why, but Wally Lamb, The Girls Who Grew Big, The Names is on my list, not for this year, be next year. Frederick Bachman for next year. And you see, I'm just such a fiction girly. The Emperor of Gladness, I plan on reading that one. And then, of course, Cursed Daughters. That one I did vote for just because I was already almost through with it.
Okay. I'm
Hmm.
not going to vote because I didn't read any of these, but um, the one that intrigues me the most is The Emperor of Gladness and Wild Dark Shore. I do own Wild Dark Shore.
Hmm.
I do want to read it.
We read it.
Frederick Bachman's right there.
Oh,
I
no, we
didn't read it.
didn't read it together. I thought,
No.
no, we didn't read that one together, but I did read it and I enjoyed the twist in that one.
Yeah,
I
you said you
definitely
really
enjoyed the
enjoyed
twist
it,
of that one.
and
Hmm.
it's one of those that's going to take some time for me just because it's just general fiction. There's nothing to really keep me
Hmm.
engaged. So, yeah, I'll
No,
get to
that's
it.
not. It's got a little mystery in it.
Don't get to use that word because you don't like mysteries.
I don't like cozy mysteries. There's nothing
No,
cozy about that
because
book.
God of the Woods was not cozy. You didn't like that one.
No. No, I liked it.
What was the
I
other
like God of
mystery
the
you
Woods.
did that the other day? Um, there was one other that we just talked about in the last episode. You didn't like that mystery.
I don't know.
I
We
don't
talk
remember.
about so many books. But I
That's
did
because
enjoy
you
Wild Dark
are
Shore and it was a
all over
mystery.
the place.
I am. That's what it's like to be a true bookish person. You're all over the place. You don't know which.
That's not true. You need to learn and take note.
I just want to learn all the things. That's what it is. Just all the things.
I will take it. I just don't think it's going to have an intriguing mystery, but it's going to be
Hmm.
flat the whole time. There's nothing to really like pique my attention. So to be one of those is like if I can sit down and just listen to it for like 1 to 2 days and just get it out of the way,
Hmm.
maybe it'll be compelling enough to keep me going. But I think it's probably going to take some investment, some time.
No, the audio is really short. That's one
Really?
you could knock out very short.
Okay.
I'm not just
Well, maybe
saying
this
that because
winter.
I'm saying it, but I enjoyed it. It was cool.
I own the book and I'd like to get it read so that I can get it off my shelf. All right, which one next? We've got audiobook, young adult, nonfiction, memoir, and
I
history
can't
and
believe we're
biography.
wrapping these. We're getting through these pretty quick. I thought we'd be a little bit longer getting through. Um, mm, dun, 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 debut novel.
Oh boy. Now, I definitely think Alchemist takes this one
Mm-hmm.
because I don't see. Oh, look at you. Did you vote for Aftertaste?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's the only one that I read out of here, so I'm like, "Well, I gotta go with the one that I read."
Yeah, there's nothing on here that overly intrigues me to, like, pick up. Maybe a Resistance of Witches, but yeah, an Alchemized is kind of on my thing. Yeah, I'm not voting, but
I love
you
that you
did
said, "No,
love
I'm not voting." So, because the only
I
one I
love
read out
that
of
you
here
loved Aftertaste.
I did. I Aftertaste was very different for me. I've never read a book like that before, and, I just really honestly enjoyed it. It was the only one that I read out of this section, so I was kinda torn. Do I read the book that I'm most interested in wanting to read, or do I vote for the book that I already read? Because it was between Junie and Aftertaste for me. That's the only thing that I
Oh,
read
yeah,
out of here.
Junie's on here.
Mhm. It was a hard one for me. I'm like,
Interesting.
"Well, what do I vote for?"
Man, it's all over the place on this one,
Uh-huh. 'Cause it's literally
but no for
anything that
me.
just recently came out. You're like, "No, I'm not voting." So for this one, I did vote for Aftertaste because it was the only one that I read. But if it was off of which one would you prefer better, I woulda went with Judy. Voting's
Even though
so
you haven't
difficult
read
in
it.
these things. Yeah, I would vote for it only because I haven't read it yet.
Interesting.
It's like
Um,
that harder space, like, what do you pick?
yeah, I don't think anybody stands a chance to go up against Alchemized.
This
I
major.
just
Mhm,
it's a huge, 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 huge book, so I think
mhm,
Alchemized takes it. We'll see. We'll find out, well, at
m'kay.
least what makes it to the second round because it gets cut in half.
Yeah, that's the
Let's see
part I'm interested
here.
in. Can we do Alchemized as December's read?
Hell no.
Why not?
I mean, I think it would be a very trendy thing to do. A 1,000-page book for December? You're
You
out of
could
your
do it.
mind.
You could do that. 1,000 divided by 30 days, if possible. It's doable.
Yeah, because that's how we read is a little bit that's how I'm having to do my Sanderson books. I can't I that's a combined
Yeah.
2,600 pages I gotta read. No.
Alchemized, I believe, is definitely it's 1,000 page. I think the audio is like 30 hours as well too.
Yeah, it's
So
the
it's
size
a
of
pretty
a
chunk.
Mistborn, so it should take you 11 months to read it.
Yeah, see, we're not gonna go there. We're
Oh,
not gonna
well,
go there. Not gonna go there.
just saying, just saying.
Next, we'll go to audiobook.
Audiobook it is. Now, you have to vote on these not for the content of the book, but rather the production of the
Mhm.
audiobook. And for that, looking on here, yeah, I think Atmosphere.
I voted for King of Ashes.
Interesting. They're both
Mhm.
good. And actually, there's quite a few on here that I've heard good things about in terms of like the actual
Mhm.
production of it. But
Mhm.
I'm absolutely going to go with Atmosphere because I think it was a really well narrated book. It had good
Mhm.
voices, like the characters felt authentic and real. Yeah, I'm all
Mhm.
for it.
And see, I picked King of Ashes because the one narrator did like all of the different voices and he did
Yeah,
just amazing. I don't know his name, but he did absolutely amazing with the book. And I was
I
just like, it's
like
King of Ashes for
a
me.
full cast or at least two
Mhm.
people when I do my
Yeah.
audiobooks. I like that
Mhm.
dynamic
Sometimes it's a
because
little
it
bit
ain't
harder
nothing.
when it's mhm.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
a
lose
guy
focus if
doing
there's
a
too many
woman's
different
voice is
people.
hard. That's fair. That's what I struggled with The Devils. I enjoyed it, but also the characters weren't distinct enough in the audiobook that I was listening to. I kept
Mhm.
getting 2 characters and 2 characters confused, and I'm like, it kinda
Mhm.
threw me for a loop.
Yeah, when you have too many, it's a little difficult. I'm surprised to see Harry Potter actually on here. Well, I
This
guess
is for
I'm
that
not
new
because
Audible
it's
production.
yeah, it's the new Audible production that came out. I'm wondering if that might take it because it's got the full cast.
No.
I think it's actually like a dramatic audio type of thing. Well, I
It
mean,
is,
Harry Potter
but
is
let
so
me
huge.
yeah, you would like to know how many ratings it has?
Oh, really?
1,000.
Really?
Don't J.K. Rowling messed up. She cannot we
Hmm.
boycotted her ass, and people are not supporting this.
Oh,
So,
okay. I would have thought it would have got the hype for it.
nope.
Hmm.
Everybody is
Okay.
boycotting, and she is gonna pay for it, so there's no way that
Okay.
book made
Well,
money.
interesting. All right. Let's go
Yeah.
to the next one.
Young
YA
adult
fantasy and
fantasy and
sci-fi.
sci-fi. I'd be interested if I've read any of these, but I think Sunrise on the Reaping is gonna take it.
Mhm.
Oh, Lord. Oh,
It's got a lot
boy.
on there.
Okay.
Mhm. It's loaded.
I have to think about this for a minute because 'cause I've only read these 2.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed both of them. Man, did you vote for did you vote for Oathbound?
I did. I
Yeah.
did vote for Oathbound just because I love the series. I absolutely hands down love the series. That will
I
probably be
don't
a January read for me. I'm hoping she announces the next book soon, but that'll probably be a January read for me.
okay. This is fantasy and sci-fi,
Mhm.
and for that purpose alone, this book is a horror book. There
Mhm.
is no fantasy element, there is no sci-fi element. I'm gonna vote for Our
Mhm.
Infinite Fates. I did give it 4
Okay.
stars, I really enjoyed it. This one also got a 4-star rating for oh, it got 3.
Mhm.
Well, on that alone, it cements my thing. I really enjoyed Our Infinite Fates. I know it wasn't your favorite.
No, that one was not my favorite.
I am curious. I am actually interested a little bit. This was on my list, The House of Sapphire. We talked about
Mhm.
that. I didn't realize it was YA. Floating World is on my want to read. Sunrise on the
I
Reaping, especially with the movie being announced.
Mhm. I almost picked up the 4th book like this week because I was like, "Ooh, I should read the 4th book just because the other one has been announced." And I like to stretch my stuff out. So I was like, I feel like I should pick it up. I do want to read it though.
And the
I
fact
want to
that
read
this
Ballads of
movie's
Songbirds and
coming out
Snakes.
so soon to the release of this book, which was April, I think, is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. I feel like they already kind of had it, mapped out or something. They had to.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
you gotta, capitalize on that hype.
I would love to see more in that space for Hunger Games. That's definitely one of my favorite series.
I'd like to
I
see
enjoyed it.
future stuff, not just the continual
Mhm.
prequels. I wanna see something new.
Yeah, I did definitely enjoy that space.
Let's see what we got here in just regular young adult fiction. I have this book right now, and I'm so interested to read it because I
What is it?
loved the first book.
The
The
Cyber Wants to
Survivor Wants
Die
to
at the
Die at the End. This is
Okay.
the sequel to They Both Die at the End.
I've been told about that book.
I loved it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. Interesting. Well, I'm going to go out of my way and say you voted for my god. Did you vote for Tiffany D. Jackson? Int Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Sisters of the Wind,
Sisters of the Wind.
the one with
Where
the
am
bird.
did I Oh, there it is.
I voted for that one.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is definitely a book that is on my radar to read like soon, soon, probably next month. I wanted to read it this month, but it doesn't always go that the way that you want them to go. But if I can find the audio for it and have it done within November, I will. And
I
Scammer, I don't even know what the Scammer is about. I don't even know
It's
what
an
it's
interesting
about.
horror premise. Yeah, it delivers another stunning, ripped from the headlines thriller following a freshman girl whose college life is turned upside down when her roommate is found murdered, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, it's got a, like a little thriller horror aspect, like a slasher kind of thing. I just love Tiffany D. Jackson, and I'll read her stuff all the time, even though
She
they
does
tend
have
to be
good
in the
stuff.
YA space.
But I like that her stuff is the way that she writes it because it just kind of flows.
Yeah,
Sisters in the Wind, however, is a book that seems more of an Ashley read. I don't
for
know
sure.
why. It just seems like more of an Ashley read, and that's the one that I went to vote for.
Okay, I would vote for The Survivor Wants to Die at the End,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't read it. Not yet. I'm close, but I didn't read it yet.
You might be
These
able to
last
find the
3
audio.
sections oh, for sure, I already have it, I just haven't picked it up yet.
I got it. Okay.
So let's do nonfiction because I think nonfiction and memoir are probably the last 2 sections that really interest. We'll look at history and biography, but,
Okay. Just for giggles. I
uh,
have not yet
yeah.
received, so I am 2 weeks away from getting my Sisters in the Wind audio from Libby. That's the only reason I
Okay.
haven't read it yet. But it's soon. It's coming.
There
I
is
try to use
literally
try to
nothing
use
on
Libby
here.
more.
I'm guessing you voted for Mel Robbins?
Yes, to let them.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. None of this. None of this for me.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely
I've heard
did,
good
the
things
Let Them.
about this. This author has written several other nonfiction books that have been praised very highly, but I don't see anything at all that remotely interests me.
I've heard that Everything is Tuberculosis is pretty good.
Yeah, it's John Green.
I've heard that one is good. I haven't read anything by him, but usually for me, when it comes to nonfiction, my books are more of a self-help space. Um, just because that's my thing, personal development, professional development, that kind of thing. And that's why I went with the let them theory. Everything else didn't
Mm.
really seem too development-ish. It's just
No,
kind
I
of
don't think
like
there's
stuff
anything
that's
else.
taking place.
Yeah, it's a lot of history, kind of true
Mhm.
crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything else that's on there, which I just
What is Black and
doesn't intrigue
Blues?
me.
What is that?
Which one?
Black and
Oh,
Blues,
Black
what
and
is that?
Blues? A surprising and beautiful meditation on the color blue and its fascinating role in Black history and culture.
Oh, very. I might have to listen to that one as a sample and see what that's about.
I'd rather peel my skin off.
I know, nonfiction is not your thing. I do
No,
love
like that,
nonfiction.
nothing in that. While it sounds like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'd watch a
Mhm,
documentary or a short doc,
mhm,
like I'm not going to watch an hour-long documentary, but like I'd do that,
mhm.
but I can't read that.
You're like, "No, mm-mm." I do
No.
definitely enjoy the nonfiction space. That's what actually got me back into reading, was that nonfiction
Yeah.
stuff. Mhm.
Well, let's see. This is my kind of nonfiction here, which is memoir. I
Memoirs
tend
are
to
good.
like the memoirs about non-famous people more than anything.
Mhm,
However, with that being said, the one that I know on here that I want to read is Tim Curry's Vagabond.
mhm,
It's really intrigued me. I did read and I will be voting for The House of My Mother by Sherry Frank,
mhm,
even though I can't say I didn't like it because it's somebody's story.
mhm,
But I think my main critique of this is this young lady is not far enough out of the trauma that she endured to be writing a
mhm.
memoir. This only concluded a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
It's it's too soon. She's also too young. She's only 20
Mhm.
something years old, and I feel like if she were to write this book again at a time later in her life, we would be getting a different take on this, and I wanna
Probably a
see that, and I
completely
hope she
different
does
story.
revisit.
Mhm.
Not in
Probably a
terms of,
completely
like, the
different story.
atrocities that have happened and the bad stuff that's happened.
Mhm,
However, I think there was just a little bit in that struck me a little odd. It's just too soon.
mhm.
What did you vote for?
I voted for 107 Days.
Okay,
Mhm. Yep.
that one's been
I
very
voted.
popular.
Yeah, it's just very interesting, how everything went the way that it did and, hearing her
Yeah.
side of how it went. Yeah, I voted for that one. I did not get to read it yet, but however, I did vote for that one.
I also wanna read Semi Well Adjusted by Allison Stoner because, growing up, Allison Stoner was a staple in, a lot of the music videos and the shows and the things that came on Disney Channel, like Camp Rock, and she was in all the Missy
Mhm,
Elliott videos. I'm interested to see her take on some of the stuff that happened. For instance, people ask a lot of times about, like, are you still in touch with, like, Missy? And she's like, guys, I was just an employee in these music
uh,
videos. She's not my friend. We're not friends. We didn't talk.
oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, that's wild to me.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do want to read that one. So that'll probably get picked up in the next year or two. I'm probably not rushing to get that.
That's something like with nonfiction. You're really not, I mean, memoirs and say it's still nonfiction, but you're not
Yeah,
really too much in a rush to kind of read things in this space. They're there, they're
no.
great, but you're not really in a rush to read them?
I think I am drawn mostly to people who I feel like Tim Curry, as many
Mhm,
people know, more than a decade ago, suffered a awful stroke and a health crisis that he is still getting out of. He's in a wheelchair permanently. Health has
oh,
been
wow.
terrible, but he's been doing panels a little bit more and talking about his struggles with the health and everything. But he had an incredible career. Tim Curry has voiced some incredible characters. He played incredible characters from Rocky Horror Picture Show to, I mean, the iconic butler in Clue. I love the movie Clue. He did the voice of Hexus in Ferngully. He does Nigel in The Wild Thornberries. He's just seems like a really great guy. I don't know anything about his past, and I kind of want to find out.
Mhm. I think that's kinda cool when you can read some of these memoirs as well too, because you get their side as to what necessarily happened, and, like, what their life and stuff was about. It's kinda
Yeah.
cool.
So
Okay.
that's that. Let's finish this history and biography.
You're like, "Oh
I'm
gosh."
predicting not a single thing on here is even going to, oh God, no. Mark
I don't think I had
Twain?
I don't
Good
think I had
Lord.
anything in this space.
What did you vote for? Baldwin?
Yeah, I voted for Baldwin.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
because it was the
I'd
only
do
thing
that.
that I really kinda was, I mean, somewhat a little interested, especially being, how much we've heard about Baldwin and stuff like that. I went ahead and I went with that one, but I really wasn't too sure of anything else necessarily on there. History is
That's the only one
just,
that intrigues me.
yeah, the stuff that was in there, I was like, no, this doesn't seem like I'd be interested to read anything in that space.
Oh God, these are
Mm-mm.
terrible. Uh, People who, and you know what? There are a lot of people. They're obviously usually older folks that
Mhm.
like this kind of history and stuff. To each their own, and that's what books are so special about. I mean, there's a reason
Mhm.
half of a bookstore is still nonfiction. Like, there are
Yeah.
people who read these books, don't get me wrong. But
Mhm.
let's say the most popular one on here is going to be about James Baldwin.
Mhm.
Yeah. 369 ratings. I mean, you're not going to be getting a lot of people reading books like this. Let's go with Lorne
No.
Michaels' story,
Mhm.
3,000 ratings.
Mhm.
JFK up here by Brad Meltzer, very popular guy, 5,300 ratings. They're just not going to get the
Mhm.
kind of numbers. And
No, they
that's
don't
fair.
get a whole lot. And I think that's why I like historical fiction because it kind of gives you the story, but kind of adds a little bit of flavor to them. For me, when you get to the history, like this space of history, it doesn't seem to have like a whole lot of flavor to them, I guess. I
I
think of them
will
as like a
say
history book.
I would say that they do well with, I'll watch a documentary. I'll get wrapped up in a documentary. It's
Mhm.
great for audio formatting, but I just not a book.
Mhm. You're
So
like, I
yeah,
don't know.
that's the
We did
Goodreads
it.
Choice Awards. We got through it all. It
We
was
did.
it was a long one, but
And
I think it was
I did
fun.
actually pick, so I picked 3 books out of there. I picked Broken Country, Isola, and the Book of Lost Hours.
Okay, Book of Lost Hours. Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just one of the
I'm
sci-fi ones that were
curious.
on there.
I'm gonna look
So,
at
so
the
far we got 3.
synopsis. Didn't we already have some on there?
I don't remember the ones we had because I didn't have them written down. They're probably in our, like, thread somewhere.
Book of Lost Hours has a decent rating,
Mhm.
4.14. For fans of the Ministry of Time in the Midnight Library. I mean, you've got me in, even
Mhm.
though it's historical.
Don't look at it that way. Atmosphere is
But
historical. But
yes,
when I
I
saw
didn't think I
Ministry
was
of
gonna like that
Time
one either.
and yeah, when I saw the Ministry of Time and the Midnight Library, I'm like, "Okay, Caleb would be on board of this one." So, so far we're at 3. Gotta figure out our other 2
Okay,
because we usually do 5,
I'm
so
interested.
mhm,
Yeah,
to
I'm
see how
interested
it
to see what
goes.
people vote for.
Yes, because we are
Uh,
definitely gonna go with the poll route this time. Yes.
yes, it's our final book of the
Mhm.
year. An incredible year of book club picks, hits or misses for
Mhm.
me and you, but for the most part, I think the book club has enjoyed the majority of our reads.
Yeah, and I think that the Red City read is going along pretty good so far too, so it's exciting.
Yeah, I will be reading it this week during Thanksgiving week, so
Same.
I'll have that done for our live show next Sunday.
I feel like the audio for it is rather short, isn't it? For Red City?
It is. Yeah, I got it on Libby and I'm at, let's see, I just got it. Caleb, would open it up. It is dun, 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 only 15 hours.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No, it's going to take me 3-ish days of listening to get through it, 3 to 4, but
Mhm.
we'll get through it.
I started mine too early. I gotta stop starting book I s I do. I just get too early with some of the books and I start too soon, so I have to find the right time. I think usually like middle of the month should be good for me to start reading. But then I feel like I need to be like more in it, but I can't stretch a book that long. I can't.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
I think from what I've read, people did struggle with the beginning of the books. I think a lot of the folks in our book club are not primary fantasy readers like me, where and
Mhm.
even I have a gripe with the world building. It takes too long sometimes, and I just want to
Mhm.
be in it. So that's been a
Mhm.
struggle, but people seem to push through that and they seem to be enjoying it.
Okay. I've heard good things about it. I have yet to, really get in there, but like you, I will be reading it this week as well to get us all ready for next week's live. The plan is for us to announce our book like we did last time on our live because I just thought that was so cool that we could actually do that. So hopefully we are able to do so because yeah, it is the end of the month. Isn't that the third?
Yeah, it's the
So
last
yeah,
day.
so we could totally do that. So I'll start it on Friday, let it run for a couple days, and then be ready come Sunday show. So that'll be good.
I think you got to start it on Thursday. Unless you can
Mm,
shorten the hours. That's right.
hmm.
You can shorten the
Yep, I
poll.
can shorten them. Yep. So I'll probably do it like probably Friday at noon, let it run for 2 solid days so that it'll be ready for us to
48
talk
hours would be
about on
great.
Sunday. I
That's
love
exciting.
it.
Well, this
Just don't
is
let me forget,
listen,
because
everybody. Yeah, I won't. I'll remind you. I'll put something on the calendar. Um, these kind of episodes are cleansing for us because we don't have to do a
it
bunch of
is.
planning or figure out what
Yeah.
we're going to talk about. We just kind of talked about the things as they came, and they're not probably the most riveting
And they're
to
probably not
watch,
as
but
exciting, but I like that we did take a chance in a moment to flush the format because, with my my job necessarily being end of year, it definitely ramps up. And I have been coming home just zonked. Like, I mean, my Switch is getting the most play that I think it's ever had because I just come home and I'm just like, that's just where I'm at right now. So thank you for being willing to flush the format today and just letting us be and, talk about books and all that kinds of things. And for our readers that,
yeah,
stuck around and listen with us. It may not be the most fun to
you got to watch
listen
me.
to, but watching it
No,
necessarily on YouTube might be a little bit fun, but, it's all good.
yeah. Disclaimer:
Uh-huh.
this won't be a great episode to listen to on Spotify. It really
You
requires.
know
Now,
what?
granted,
If
I will say our Spotify has video as well, so you can
okay.
watch it on Spotify.
See, I didn't know it had video on there.
Yeah.
That is cool. Okay. See, I've been so much on the YouTube thing that I didn't even know that it had the video on it. That's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go over there and start watching it. I was going to say that something, but I don't remember what I was going to
My bad.
No, you're fine. I'll think about it and then text you about it because I was gonna say something, but I don't remember. But it's all gravy. It's good.
This is why we have to flush the format, y'all. We are drained. It's been a long
Yeah.
year, and it's been a long month, and it's been a long week. So
I'm telling you, the closer and closer we get to the end of the year, I'm gonna be like, a mad crazy lady and, reading and as long as I can get the book on audio. I may not be doing too much of physical sit down reading books, but this is when I really rely on my audiobooks during this time because I'm just in the zone, all day long in the
I'm
zone,
with you.
answering all the questions, all of the things. So, yeah, this space is definitely a safe space for me. And I love the fact that I can just come and just, relax and talk about something that I love so much.
I
Yeah.
agree. Well, we're gonna sign off and get out of here for today. We've took enough of your time while I cleaned up my to-do list and voted for my books in the Goodreads Choice Awards. But thank
Yeah.
everybody for sticking along with this and coming along for the ride.
Yes, I think we did great. And I'm happy that we were able to do this. And let's see what else we have on our list. I think we do have a more exciting episode coming, planning our 2026. That's got to come soon.
Yep.
It's
I
almost
think
here.
that one's coming up, and our recap for this year with our top books is coming up.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
we'll have another themed episode, and then we'll start getting into that.
exciting stuff. I love it.
All right. Well, go ahead and sign off. Get us out of here, Ash.
Well, you started off.
We're going to say,
Happy reading.
there we go. Everybody.
Bye.